Police chief says security forces now have 6 men in custody suspected of assassinating President Moise. The Washington Post is reporting that one of the suspects is a U.S. citizen. It comes after officials this morning said 4 people linked to the assassination of the president had been killed. Now, Haiti's interim prime minister says instructions have been given for the airport to reopen and is urging businesses to reopen as well. Now, Haiti's ambassador to Canada, Weiburt Arthus, joins us now for more. Ambassador, thank you so much for patiently waiting while, of course, you were tracking details with the Prime Minister and the Premier of British Columbia here in the country. I want to start by, of course, expressing our deepest condolences for what has happened in Haiti on this assassination of your president.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your words of condolences.
Ambassador, I'd like to begin by asking you now about the situation in Haiti today. All of Wednesday, we saw that there was this eerie calm. Of course, some gunshots were fired as well when these suspects were taken into custody and some were, of course, killed. But as we speak, what is the situation like in Haiti today?
Actually, the situation is calm, and we don't have any major incident. The police is working, investigating first, and trying to arrest the person responsible for killing of the president. And the police also is trying to keep the people from doing themselves justice, because what happened was the killers, after the action, they were still in the country because the borders were closed, and people denounced them to the police. And now the police have to do 2 works at the same time. First, investigate and arrest the mercenaries, and then try to calm the population to not doing himself justice.
Right. Ambassador, we understand that 4 have been shot dead and about 6 have been captured by the security forces right now. What have we learned about them? Because we also heard from Ambassador to the United States, who had said that these gunmen were well trained. They were foreign mercenaries. Who do you suspect could be behind this?
It's difficult to say. I think that we need to be patient and waiting for the investigation. This is one of the things that the chief police stated at his press conference. We need to have those people alive so they can talk, so they can be interrogated, and we can know and understand what happened. But until now, they are in the hand of the police, and I think that I'm guessing that the interrogation is continuing, and maybe soon enough we will know who they are, where they come from exactly, and especially who paid them to do that dirty job.
Yes, a lot of questions that remain unanswered in this tragedy. But Ambassador, let me ask you this. An incident, a tragedy of this magnitude leaves a vacuum, political chaos for any country. How is it that the government under the interim Prime Minister, Joseph Claude, is expected to move forward?
First, through dialogue with different actors, dialogue with the civil society, because we were already in a political process, preparing the election for September, November. And election times in Haiti is time for dialogue. So we are in that path. I think that the best step the government will take after keeping calm and peace in the country is to dialogue with different actors so we can find the best way to move forward through elections in 2 or 3 months. In any occasion, the Constitution is clear. In case of political vacancies, the elections need to be held after 90 days. And we were already in the process of preparing that election. So in any occasion, we're supposed to have election in Haiti in 2 or 3 months.
Ambassador, let me also ask you this. Haiti is politically polarized as we speak right now. On one hand, you have the interim Prime Minister, Joseph Claude. And on the other side is the replacement who was nominated earlier this week, Ariel Henry. And both are sort of putting their case forward on who has the authority, the power. When you speak about the upcoming elections, who do you suppose the people will listen to, and how are they expected to be fair?
Okay, we have what we call in French fait accompli. Of course, we are the Prime Minister who was nominated, but we did not take function. According to the Haitian administration, if you don't take function, even if you have the nomination, you're not in post yet. So this is the case for Dr. Henry. And Dr. Joseph is there, is on interim. He was on his way out. The whole government were on their way out. But we have a situation, we have a political vacuum, and the fait accompli is that we have people there, and they have to do their job. They have to assume their responsibilities. And I think that this is what not only Dr. Joseph, but the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Public Security, and different persons in that government that are working right now in securing the people, in the investigation, in having the country running, they are there. And I think that, as I said, the political dialogue definitely will include, of course, Dr. Henry, the nominated Prime Minister, and all the people surrounding him, and of course the political opponent also.
Right.
Yes, it's not an easy situation. It's very complicated, but we don't really have a discussion of power, of who holds the power. We have a fait accompli, and we have to go with it.
But at the same time, Ambassador, the interim Prime Minister is also seeking international help. He says there should be an investigation, international investigation into the assassination. He's also seeking help from the UN Security Council on the matter. When you look at the situation, of course, Canadian Prime Minister has expressed his condolences even today while he is in BC. We've heard from several other international leaders as well. What sort of aid do you think Haiti needs to have more stability in the country?
Different kind. First of all, security. You know, if you're following the Haitian situation, you know that since the past month, we have great challenges to put security in the country. I think this is one of the help Haiti will need. You know, the Canadian government participated in help Haiti put in place the actual national police we have. So I think that help in training the policemen and keeping working with the security forces would be very important in order to keep peace and security and prepare the best way to have election. And secondly, we are talking about foreign mercenaries. So we are kind of in international crime, not only political crime, but international crime. It's a very sad precedent, not only for Haiti, but for the Caribbean countries. And I think that it's important that the countries that have more resources, more experience in dealing with those complicated situations help Haiti going forward with the investigation.
Right.
And finally, we are in a process of renewing the political leaders of the country. In any circumstances, Haiti will need help to go forward with the elections, with the upcoming elections. So
right.
I think that those three areas for right now, there are three areas in which Canada and and other Haitian partners can help the country move forward in.
Right, Ambassador. We understand these are difficult times for your country. And of course, we wish you and the people of Haiti all the very best to navigate through these times. That's Haiti's Ambassador to Canada, Weiburt Arthus. Thank you. We appreciate your time, sir.